we need to let go of our past successes and past failures, because they are in the past. They don't define us. They don't tell us who we are. They just tell us what we've done. An idea of the one who had everything in high school, the one on top of the world, the one, varsity on football team or something. And that they say that's the peak of their life. Like, no, that was just one part of it, and those are just things you did. You still have more life to live. Whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, life is still there. You're still breathing. You still have a pulse. So live. What would make you, more? Or where would you want to lead yourself towards? What is the path and the steps you want to take? What does it mean, to go beyond that? Go beyond your past success and your past failures. Beyond your past version of yourself. So, why cling on to the idea of who you once were instead of creating who you want to be? Why? All it takes is a little bit of effort, some dedication, some honesty, and you can achieve anything. You can become whatever you want to be, whoever you want to be. Some things have more success and failure than others. And by success and failure, I just mean mistakes. Things happen. Whether you're running a business and you make it sell, okay, cool. That helps. Or you don't make it sell, okay, whatever. Of course, there's things that help with that, like, of course, knowing how to run a business, marketing, things like that. But what I'm essentially saying is, like, don't stay stuck on the past ideas that you have of yourself. Whether you believe you're a socially anxious person, whether you believe you're a failure, whether you believe, you're a loser, whether you believe, you are the most confident, it's like, those are all ideas of the past. They don't necessarily make you who you are. In a weird way, it's a foundation, for sure. It shows you who you are, your actions. It shows you who you are and who you set yourself out to be. But if it's something that you don't necessarily want to continue being, then by all means, change. Change. Because look, it doesn't hold you back. It does not hold you back. Because you're aware of, okay, I didn't like this. Let's say I didn't like this. I didn't like how I would hold my tongue. I wouldn't talk to the person sitting right next to me. I didn't. Guess what? There's an action to take. There's a step to take. Obvious, right? Talk to the next person. Whether it's just saying good morning to the cashier. Good morning, how are you? Or just hitting up a friend or just doing something. There's so many ways to connect to people in that aspect. And you constantly define who you are. You constantly create who you are. Those past ideas of yourself don't make you. That's the problem, I feel, as if we attach ourselves to who you once were. You could be 25 believing you're still the same as when you were 15. Like, no. Not your body change, your mind also change, and your ideas and beliefs change. There's so much about you that changes, and you may not realize it because you're always with yourself. But if you realize it, take a little bit of reflection, guess what? You can see where you go. Look at what you're doing and where it leads you to, and ask yourself, is that what you truly want? And if it is, then by all means continue. If it isn't, what will you do to change it? What will it take? And even another question, what is it that you want then? If what you're living right now isn't what you want, then what is it that you do want? Of course, some people want materialistic things. Nothing wrong with that. But that doesn't mean it's going to make you happy. Sure, it eases off some pressure, but that doesn't make you. It's like having a nice house, but what matters is the people inside of it. What's the point of having a huge house, a huge mansion, if it's empty inside, or you don't care for the people inside of it? when you could have a small house, but you love the people dearly that reside inside of it, that live inside of it. You know? So sure, it may be amazing to have all those fun little things. Of course, I'd want it too. But to me, I guess it's just going on to a deeper level of, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? Because there's just some things I truly do want to do. You know, of course, buy my parents a house. Of course, that's something I want to do. And it's the meaning behind it, the meaning why I'm doing it. What's my why? To help others. It's the meaning behind, the reason behind why we have it. Is it just to have it? I don't think that makes us fulfilled. There has to be a deeper connection with either people with us, a community, or just, you know, creating more. Because at the same time, it's like, I have a strange, you know, desire, I guess you can say. Like if it ever comes to a point where, you know, this blows up, and I truly do want to expand to other things, you know, I would want to do just things involving the community, whether it's like games or something like that. But that's another thing, you know, that's a whole another idea of where I want to take the channel. But you know, even on a community level, I'd like I had this weird idea of, you know, creating like soccer fields in like Guatemala, like where my parents are from, just so people can have that. Because I don't know how it is over there, I've never been, but I'd assume it's like, that'd just be something to have people just spend free time out there. Just because I feel a sense of connection with that country, you know? And maybe in the future just build houses. Like, when I saw that video from Mr. Beast where he just goes around, you know, building houses, I found that so beautiful. You know, sure, people may feel some type of way of him just using and recording it, and that's how he makes his money. That's how he continues the operation. So I have no problem with it. And at the same time, it shows the beauty in it, the beauty in the fact that these people are so accepting of it, you know? So who are you to get mad on their behind when they truly, you know, feel happy and gratitude for it? But that's just something I found beautiful. You know, he's building the houses, and that's something I'd like to do sometime. Truly, that's something truly I'd want to do. But what was the whole idea of the video? You know, I genuinely forgot for a moment. I got in my own thoughts. I got in my own, you know, dreams and desires. And that's the thing. What would you want? What would you want to accomplish? What is the legacy you want to have? Because I believe legacy matters. I believe it does. What people think of you. Of course, reputation matters a bit. What do people think about you? What is the legacy you leave among the people you care about and just others? They ask someone, what do you think of him? Oh, he was great. Amazing person. You know, I guess that's what truly matters to me too. In a weird way. And, you know, I won't be able to achieve any of that if I cling on to an idea that is limited. An idea of myself that is limited. A belief about who I am that is limited. You know, we don't stop growing just because... I mean, actually, we do stop growing. We do stop growing because we attach ourselves onto it. We attach ourselves onto the past ideas of who we were. When, you know, it's not true. Every day you live is another opportunity to grow. You plant the seeds now for a forest in the future. And it may take time, sure. But you gotta trust in the process. You gotta trust in yourself. And over time, it slowly starts to show its roots, show its sprouts, and it grows and grows and grows. Just because you were honest about it and tried and you did. You know, whether you were the biggest person in the past or you felt like the scum of the earth, that doesn't change who you can be. It doesn't. It doesn't change your potential as a person. As you are infinite, you can go in any way, which direction possible. That's why I don't judge no one necessarily. I might make a fun little joke, but I'm not serious about it. Like, I don't truly deeply mean that. I don't really judge people because it's like, you know, in one weird way, I could have been just like them. And in another way, I don't know the full story of why they do what they do, or why they're doing this, or why they're doing that. So two separate ideas that lead to non-judgment. You know, through some different circumstances, through a different way of, you know, living, I could have been exactly like how he is. So who am I to judge? Another one is, you know, I don't know what they've gone through. I don't know their life experiences. Why would I judge them? And sure, you may know your life experiences, so why? But don't judge yourself regardless. Don't judge. You know, actually, don't criticize yourself. Because you can judge yourself. You can judge your actions, behaviors, and say, you know, I don't like that. I don't like how I acted. But you don't have to bash yourself for it. You don't have to beat yourself up for it. You don't have to make yourself less than for it. You don't have to make yourself, you know, feel as if you're worth nothing. When in reality, that's not true. That was just a lapse of judgment, or just something you chose in the spur of the moment. And if you recognize it, like, if that made you feel bad, like, I shouldn't have done that, you know now not to act within that. Or even if you're like the idea of your past self, you know, whether you like who you are, you can grow upon it. Whether you don't like who you are, you can grow upon it. And grow upon it by doing what is necessary, changing what you don't like. Lifestyle, mentality, thoughts, how you even handle emotions. How do you handle your emotions? Do you express them? Do you bottle them up? Do you thug it out and then it explodes? Find healthy ways to go with your emotions. And understand, like, thought patterns. I feel as if we create thought patterns. We think one way of ourselves, and we constantly keep repeating that in our own head. We constantly keep replaying these thoughts, trying to make it seem as if it's true, when in reality it's just a thought. It's just a thought. A thought passes, same as a feeling passes. You know, who are you behind the thoughts, the emotions? I just want to leave it off there, honestly. I don't know, I found this truly just calming to me. I genuinely needed this. Me personally, just sit down and just talk about it. Because I believe a lot of people are stuck on their past. You know, whether it was a positive or a negative past, I feel as if people are stuck on it. Whether they were, you know, the big shot of the high school, or they were just some loner or something like that. It's like, that doesn't define who you are now or who you can become. It doesn't. And it's that belief that you think you're still the same that hold you back. You know, sure, that's how you may have been. That's cool. You know, don't beat yourself up over it, because that's who you chose to be at that time, or that's who you just were. There's no reason to, although you can make fun of yourself for it, like, oh wow, this was cringy or whatever, but it's like, oh wow, it took me to where I am now. What got me here won't get me there. You know, who I am now won't be who I need to be in the future, or who I will be in the future for this area. It's an elevation of self. That's what it is. But other than that, I just want to leave it off there. Thank you for listening. See ya.